And then follow the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have a lesson for second secondary grade, first semester, English subject, revision, unit 1, unit 2, Mega Go 3. Today we are going to think and speak about advantages and disadvantages of internet. Then we will discuss using auxiliary verbs do, have, and be. Then we will learn words which are from the same category. After that, we will learn important tips for writing an essay. Then we will use comparative and superlative forms of adjectives in real sentences. We will use also the past perfect and past perfect progressive to talk about an activity. Now, what does internet mean? Think about the meaning of internet. Is it just a way of communicating? What does internet mean? Think about the word of internet. Net is the short form of network. So think about it. Now, put the correct words in the suitable places. We have adventurous, laid back, spontaneous, lunar, and straightforward. Here we have the exercise. Ali has few friends at school, but he is happier when he is alone. Ali is a what? Adventurous, laid back, spontaneous, lunar. Excellent, lunar. Number 2. Jack is relaxed person and always he's smiling. Jack is what? Laid back. Jack is laid back. Number 3. Lee is honest and doesn't hide anything. So Lee is what? He is spontaneous. Number 4. Jason loves to try new things. He climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. So Jason is what? He is adventurous. Next. 5. Peter is not the kind of person who plans things out. Peter is what? Straightforward. Now, underline the auxiliary verb in each sentence. Underline the auxiliary verbs. We said that the auxiliary verbs are verb to be, which is am, is, are, was, were, been. Verb to do, which is do, did, does. Verb to have, has, and had. So let's read the first sentence. We are downloading an activities right now. Where is the auxiliary verb? It is are. Number 2. I do not check my emails when I'm on vacation. Excellent. Do and am. Number 3. Online newspapers have become more popular than print. Have. 4. Did you send her a message? Did. Excellent. 5. The internet is used by millions of people each day. Is. 6. My grandmother had never used the internet before last week. Had. 7. We have been online for a long time. Have and been. Now, put each word into a category in the chart. We have three categories: words related to computers, word synonym or words synonyms for special, words related to health. Asthma, is it related to computer, synonym of special, or related to health? It is related to health. What about cyber? Related to computers. Extraordinary, it is synonym of special. Networking, related to computer. Paramedics, related to health. Posted, related to computer. Unique, synonym of special. And virtual, related to computers. These are the examples. These are the answers. Related to computers, networking, virtual, cyber, and posted. Synonym for special, unique, extraordinary. Related to health, asthma, and paramedics. By the way, we can say, or we can pronounce this word as asthma. In Britain, they say asthma. In the United States, they say asthma. Think and speak about the advantages and disadvantages of the internet and make notes in the organizer. So, I want you to think about advantages and disadvantages of the internet. I want you to try to speak about it. For example, you can say that one of the advantages of the internet is there is email, easy to communicate with people. You can communicate with people easier than the ordinary way. Also, you can say that with internet it make learning easier, that you can get the information easier, or you can study easier. Also, finding friends. In addition to finding friends, that internet make access to information very easy and fast. Also, there's shopping. You can shop using the internet. Okay, let's talk about disadvantages of internet. You can say that internet wasting time. Sometimes you forget yourself and you do something useless, then you will waste your time. Also, with personal information and your privacy, many companies get your personal information and misuse them or use them in an inappropriate way. Sometimes we may have technical problems. For example, we may say that, or we may agree to learn through internet, and sometimes we have technical problems that deny us from having this class. Spamming. Also, spamming is one of the problems and disadvantages that you may face when you use the internet. Also, bad sites that hard to avoid is one of the disadvantages of the internet. So these are some of advantages and disadvantages of internet. I want you to practice talking about them. After the lesson, you should have some practice about these subjects. Now, writing corner. When you write an essay, provide example to illustrate what you mean with phrases like, for example, as in, such as. In other words, these are phrases to provide examples. compare and contrast with phrases like as well as, both, than, compared to, etc. Underline examples in the text and explain why they are used. Now, write an essay on socializing online and in person. Use these tips to write. As we said, provide examples, compare and contrast, underline examples. We have studied this lesson. Now try to revise what you have written and try to write it again. Now we are going to move to another interesting subject, which is comparative and superlative adjectives. Choose the correct option for these comparative and superlative adjective sentences. I am my brother. Taller than my brother, or the tallest my brother? Of course, taller than. She is younger than the youngest student in her class. Excellent. The answer is C, the youngest. Next. The dog is the older than the oldest, the cat. So we are comparing between two things. We say older than. The red jacket is expensive than, more expensive than, the most expensive, the blue jacket. So what can you say here? More expensive than. Next, my mother is the shorter than the shortest in her family, the shortest. 6. I like sushi, but Chinese food is better, the better, more better. Better. Excellent. Now we are going to revise some vocabulary. Match the words with their meanings. We have decline, unauthorized, to abandon, inmate, misdemeanor, hijack. And the meanings are without permission, to leave or give up something, to refuse, a minor crime, to take control of a prisoner. So number 1, decline. What's the answer here? Think about it. The answer is to refuse, C. Number 2, unauthorized, without permission, excellent, A. Number 3, to abandon, B. To leave or give up something. Inmate is F. A prisoner. Misdemeanor, number 5. The answer is D. Minor crime. Number 6, hijack. E. We still have E, which is to take control of. Now, we are going to talk about making sentences in past perfect and past perfect progressive. To make sentences in past perfect, use the verb and the past participle. And before the verb in the past participle, we use had. What about past perfect progressive? We use had been, then the past participle of the verb. So now we have these sentences and we want to use past perfect and past perfect progressive to combine them. Number 1, the first sentence, Tanya was talking on the phone. The second sentence, she heard an intruder in the house. And we are going to use when. What can we say here? Tanya was talking. Now we want you to use past perfect. Instead of was talking, we say what? Tanya had been talking on the phone when she heard an intruder in the house. Number 2, the first sentence is he was trusted politician. The second sentence, he was arrested for stealing state funds. Combine them using the past perfect and past perfect progressive. We say before he was or he had, before he had been or he had arrested. The answer is before he was arrested for stealing state funds, he had been a trusted politician. Number 3, the first sentence, luckily I installed an alarm. The second sentence, the robbery took place. Before, use before. So, luckily I had installed an alarm before the robbery took place. Number 4, the first sentence, he was jogging. The second, he got into his car. And we are going to use before. Before he got into his car, he had been jogging. Number 5, the first sentence, my wallet was stolen. The second, I didn't have any money. And we are going to use because. We say what? I didn't have any money because my wallet had been stolen. Now, this is the end of our today's lesson. Today, we revised some vocabulary like adventurous, lunar, laid back, spontaneous, straightforward. We discussed using auxiliary verbs like verb to do, verb to have, and verb to be. Then we learned words which are from the same category. We have words related to health, word synonym of special, and words related to computers. After that, we learned important tips for writing an essay. We said provide example, compare and contrast. Then we used comparative and superlative forms like taller than and the tallest. Then we used the past perfect and past perfect progressive. We said use have plus past participle and have been plus verb with ing. Here are our references, and for more information and lessons you can visit this site or contact us as it is shown here.